Hey friends, welcome to Post to Post. It's Neil here. I appreciate you joining me today. I got a fun one for you. We're looking at concepts, reverse retro concepts, but of goalie equipment, okay? Designer by B. Gilly Design, I think is the name, has come up with these full sets for every single team, all 32 of reverse retros, trying to match the jerseys. It's going to be a fun one. I can't wait to go through this. I've ranked these, so this is not going to be a reaction video. Most of the videos that I do now are reaction videos. This is not. I've looked at these. I have ranked these. We're going to go through them, my least favorite to favorite, 32 to 1. That's the process that we normally do when I do rankings. So let's jump right into it, and let's start off with my least favorite, I guess. I think I like them all, to be honest. There's none that I dislike in here, but let's start off with my least favorite, number 32. Let's bring it up. And that is the Winnipeg Jets. So on his concept presentation here, he's not included the jersey, but I will put the graphic up or the photo up of the actual jersey just so you can see some context between the two, just in case you're not familiar off the top of your head with the actual reverse retro jersey. And these are the newest reverse retro jerseys, by the way, 2.0 series, not the 1.0 series, so just so you know. And yes, I know I've not ranked the official jerseys yet. I'm waiting on some more jerseys for me to arrive so I can rank them, so stay tuned for that video in the future. So, my least favorite, Winnipeg Jets. I think this matches the jersey actually quite well, if not perfectly. It's just from a personal perspective, I think that the Jets jersey is just a fine jersey. It's a little bit boring, it plays it safe, and that's exactly what his concept does here. There's nothing wrong with it. It plays it safe, it looks good, and matches very well. It's just not super exciting. It was designed properly by the designer here. It's just not something that I get too excited about. Not his fault, more so the Jets' fault for sure. Next, in 31st position, I put the Carolina Hurricanes one here. So I think this matches the jersey okay, but the checkered pattern on the pads just ruins it for me. And it's, again, I guess personal standpoint, I don't like checkered pattern on anything. So to me, regardless of the reverse retro, regardless of the jersey that's being used here, I'm probably never going to like this kit just based on the checkered pattern, just, you know, personal preference. Next, I put the Columbus Blue Jackets in 30th, and the jersey itself, I'm going to be looking up here as well because I have the jerseys just for me for reference. The jersey itself is primarily black. Well, there's no black on the pads, on the blocker, on the glove. There's no black at all. Maybe on the inside of near the thumb and the blocker, but that's basically it. And I think I would maybe like to see just a little bit of black contrast in the actual gear, just to complement the jersey a little bit. The blue is beautiful, both blues here being used. You know, I would rather have this be the concept that the team comes up with and then design the jersey based off this template or this concept, and see less black in the jersey and more blue. But at the end of the day, the jersey that we got is the jersey that we got. Let's move on. In 29th position, I put Ottawa, and I think the pads match quite well just based on that kind of graphic and the lower section of the pads. It's on the glove as well. It's on the blocker, so everything matches quite well to the jersey. But I think just overall as a kit, it's just a little bit boring. And again, it's not the designer's fault. It's more so the design of the jersey, just not really having a lot of intricate elements other than the one that's in the middle of the jersey that is a little bit awkwardly placed. But anyways, let's move on. The next is Chicago Blackhawks. Now, this is probably the most plain kit in the entire thing. There's nothing going on other than it's all black with a little bit of red stitching, a little bit of red striping, and then the name of the pads or the producer, the Vaughn. So not a lot to look at here. So you might be thinking, well, why isn't this last place? There's not really anything that's happening. Well, I think that my ranking is not just about the design, it's also about how well it matches with the actual jersey. And I think this would match okay with the jersey. The jersey is so busy and just kind of ridiculously designed with so much going on that maybe we need a little bit of calmness in the pads and the gloves and the blocker. We need a little bit of that just emptiness of the black and let the jersey do what it's trying to do, is, you know, trying to be busy. So I think he or she made the right design here, and it complements okay. Next, the Vancouver Canucks. I like some of the aspects in this one. Johnny Hockey that's in there is fine. I could personally go without the snowflakes though. It doesn't do a lot for me. I find it a little bit gimmicky, but I'm sure a lot of people actually really like this just from a personal perspective. Just okay. 26, but the Detroit Red Wings, and I think the Red Wings jersey by itself isn't great, but in a uniform, I think it looks really good, and I think that these pads would match okay with the jersey and the glove and the blocker as well. So a good mix here. Next, the Vegas Golden Knights, and this was 25th position, or ranked 25th. I like the pads a lot, actually, regardless of the jersey that was being used. I think these pads are phenomenal. I would like to see these pads being used in combination with some other jerseys in their lineup. So I like the stylization of stuff that's going on here. Good job on this one. Number 24, the Philadelphia Flyers. I think this is a pretty decent fit. I think the pads are very reflective of the jersey, of their whole brand, really, in general. I would love to see this kit being used, kind of like the Vegas one, in other jerseys. So, and regardless of the series, good job on this one. Next, the Montreal Canadiens. There's really only one kind of way that you could go with this one, and that's to kind of match the baby blue. And I think this would be beautiful overall. Pretty much perfect. I mean, it's ranked low, but it's pretty much perfect. I don't know if I'd really design it any other way. It's even got that middle blue stripe kind of in the middle that says Bauer to replicate the middle stripe of the jersey. So overall, pretty good. Next, the Dallas Stars. Love the elements that's going on in here. The Stars jersey itself is not maybe what the most of us wanted, but still is nice. It's actually right behind me, to my right back there. And I think this kit matches pretty well. I really like the Stars on the pads and in the blocker. Good design here. Next, the Anaheim Ducks. I think this kit that is designed here matches very, very nicely. The slant on the pads, or the angle of the striping, matches it on the jersey as well. So good job on this one. Next, the Blues. I think individually, these are the worst pads. These are the worst gloves, the worst blocker of all these designs. I just think it's a little bit goofy. It's a little bit silly. However, with the jersey, it makes a lot of sense. So because there's a lot of notes flying around here, that's the silliness of the pads. But it complements the jersey because of the notes in there. With the Vancouver Canucks one, it's got the snowflakes and stuff in the pads I didn't really like. There's no snowflakes in the jersey, nothing going on. So while this one is maybe as goofy as the Vancouver Canucks one, I had to rank it higher because it is complementary, it is applicable to what's actually going on in the jersey. Still goofy, still silly, but still matches quite well for the jersey, I think. Next, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Excellent kit here. I think this is pretty good. This is really hard to rank these because they're also good. I mean, maybe the last 5 or so, not a lot to say about those ones. And from then on, it's all been fantastic. So if I rank these, a week from now, these would all be different. Don't take these rankings too seriously. I really like this a lot. Good job. Next, the Seattle Kraken. I decided to wear Seattle here. I like to switch up the jersey in case you're new. For all the videos that I do, I wear a different team each video because I talk about all teams. I love these pads. Again, regardless of the jersey, regardless of the series, I think these pads are excellent. I think this designer has done an excellent job, regardless of series, looking at elements of the brand and implementing them on the pads and on the blocker and on the jersey. Really cool. I love the personality that's gone into a lot of these, and you haven't even seen the best ones yet. So good job. Next up, the Predators, and I think the pads are good, but I really like the blocker and I really like the glove, the Trapper. I think those are just essentially perfect. I'm big fans of those ones, and yeah, like I said, the pads are good too. I think this complements the jersey very nicely. Edmonton, one of the best jerseys that have been released in the past couple of years, regardless of team. You got the COG logo on the pads. That looks good. The blocker and the glove matches perfectly. Next, the Rangers. I like this one because it reminded me of Madison Square Garden. So if you're not aware, the ceiling of Madison Square Garden kind of looks like the design that's happening on the pads. And if you didn't know that, you'd look at this and you'd think, okay, well, I mean, the colors match, but that doesn't really match the reverse retro. You actually have to know what the ceiling looks like in Madison Square Garden because it's extremely unique. So I like the extra little bit of attention and detail put in here by the designer. Good job. Next, the Buffalo Sabres. A lot of Buffaloes going on here, but it's amazing. Like, the jersey is awesome. It's not as good as the black one, but it is very good. And I just like that he or she went full ham with this one. Let's put a buffalo on everything. Both pads, the blocker, the gloves. It's just so in your face. I really like it, actually. Next, the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is a weird one because the Toronto Maple Leafs jersey itself isn't super, like, classic, winter classic retro, 100 years ago kind of vibes. It just kind of looks like every other Toronto Maple Leafs dark jersey, in my opinion. But these pads would look so good with it. I really do believe that. I love the blue contrast on these brown pads. Like, this is what takes me back 100 years. This is what gives me the retro vibes. So this is, I think, a perfect kit. I really like the approach here a lot. Moving on, we got the Islanders, the Fishermen. You could put Fisherman on anything, and I'm going to like it. Wrap a car with the Fisherman brand. I'm going to like it. Make some jeans. Put the Fisherman on it. I'm going to like it. the nostalgia I get from the Fisherman. So I can't not like this one. It's an excellent one. The Washington Capitals, this is a great kit here. I think it matches the jersey quite well. The eagle on there is just perfectly placed. I like how it kind of meets in the middle. I like that the primary color is that kind of rusty color. It looks good. Next, the Devils. This one was crazy. I was very conflicted on where to rank this, because if you had come out with this and just have them just general pads for any league around the world, you know, Joe Blow Beer League could go buy these in a store. I feel like a lot of people would go buy these, regardless of the New Jersey Devils theme that may be happening here. I just think it's a really cool design in general. Does it match the current Devils reverse retro? Kind of. It's a bit hard to explain this one because the design of the kit here is so modern. We've got the devil breaking out in this, you know, he's this new kind of face that's happening. A potential new brand for the New Jersey Devils is kind of coming to life here in this kit. The tail is coming out with the bottom breaking out of the ice. Like, this is a really cool thing in general, but this is a retro series. So should it be this modern and kind of aggressive? Shouldn't it be more of the Kansas City Scouts vibes, just kind of matching the jersey in general versus kind of creating something new? That's the confliction that I had, and you could argue that this should be last because it really has nothing to do with the Kansas City Scouts and the kind of the history and stuff, and it's very modern. But at the same time, dang, I think it looks really good, and I think it matches the jersey quite well. Maybe not in thematic, but just in general, I think it matches quite well. So this one was confusing for me, but I do really like it. Next, the Tampa Bay Lightning. This one's awesome. I love the lightning on the glove and on the blocker. I like the gradient in the pads as well. That might be a little bit of a call-out to the alternate jersey that they have. I don't think they wear that anymore. I'm not sure if they do, actually. Okay, next, wow, this one's a bit of a shocker. I thought for sure when I was opening up these files that the Arizona Coyotes one would be that kind of brown and sandish color, whatever the primary color of the jersey. But no, it was black, and I think maybe that was the right call because the bottom of the jersey is kind of black, and I think this would flow nicely down into the kit. The jersey would flow nicely down into this kit, and the right call was made here. So good job on this design. I think it matches well. Moving on, in 7th position, we've got the Boston Bruins, and again, I was a bit conflicted on this one too because I look at this kit and there's a lot of brown. There's brown in the pants, gloves, blocker. But then the jersey itself, there's brown in the logo, and that's kind of it. The rest is black. The shoulders are black. The bottom of the jersey is black. So it doesn't really match because there's no black in this kit. However, I think it looks really good, and I love everything about the design here of this concept. I wouldn't change anything, and that's where I was conflicted because I loved it so much, but it doesn't match perfectly. I still decided to put it in the top 10 because I loved it so much, but I'm wondering if the brown was black on the pads, if it would match more. I don't know. Anyways, let me know in the comments. Number 6, I put the Colorado Avalanche. I think this is tremendous. A little bit of, I guess, Avalanche logo vibes at the bottom of the pads, in the blocker as well, like the proper actual Avalanche logo, not the one that we see in the primary position of the jersey. But I love that little call out because the Colorado Avalanche logo is on the shoulder, if I'm not mistaken, and I think this is perfect. Like, I don't know if I would change anything about this. Excellent job. In 5th position, I put the San Jose Sharks because although I'm not a fan of the jersey, I think their uniform was excellent. I think this kit is excellent. I love the blocker. There's just big holes. I don't even know why they're there. It just looks so classic. I don't know. I really like it. I have no explanation. Just a gut feeling. In 4th position, I put the Florida Panthers. I love everything that's going on here. You could argue that maybe it doesn't match the jersey 100% totally perfectly, but having the split sun design in the pads with kind of like gradiated dotted sun rays, I guess, or something, sunbeams coming off there, that looks good. It's in the blocker as well. It's in the glove. Great kit. Number 3, I put the LA Kings. So while this was not my favorite jersey, I think this combination between goalie kit that the designer has done and the jersey is pretty much perfect. Much like the Florida Panthers one, where the sun was split, we've got the crown split here. I kind of like that approach where designers, or even pads that do exist and goalies wear, when they have a scene or something that's split on both sides, so when it comes together, it makes the scene. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. In 2nd position, speaking of which, is the Minnesota Wild, which kind of does the same thing. We've got the logo kind of opposing each other on the inside there and looking at each other, I guess, if in a way. Beautiful. The Minnesota Wild need to change their home and away jerseys to the previous and current reverse retros. Go full time with it. I fully support that. There's even rumors for that. bring it on. I love it, and this kit should be a part of the goalie kit. And number 1, I put the Calgary Flames. I get extreme nostalgia vibes just from the jersey, but to see this kit complemented so nicely as well, I don't know if this would be a lot of you guys viewers number 1 in this series. Everyone's ranking should be different anyway. I don't think a lot of people would have this number 1, but for me, this just like ticks that nostalgia button in my heart, and I just love it. I love the lines, I love the angles, I love the colors, everything about this just is perfect to me. I even love the little Calgary Flames logo at the top of the pads. So I just think this is excellent. I'm a big fan of the Calgary jersey and a big fan of this design. So I think like I said near maybe at the beginning, 25 and on, I liked basically everything. It was only like the last 7 that I was a little bit critical of, and I think they all kind of matched quite well. I would say that there's none in here that I really disliked at all. Just a great global set here by the designer. So thank you so much, BGilly Design, however you want to, brand yourself. I don't know, but great job on these ones. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sending them in. Now, if you got a couple minutes, I would love to hear your opinion down below. What was your favorite? If you want to rank them all, that would be cool. But definitely round of applause to the designer down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. Lots of videos coming your way. So if you want to see them and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If you did enjoy this video, hit the like button. Talk to you guys very soon. Adios.